financial problems, elder law, criminal law, tax problems, business matters, divorce, personal injury, bankruptcy, your life, your reality. Life is complicated. There is the law and there is reality. Welcome to Law and Reality, sponsored by THAV GROSS. Now here's your host, Ken Gross.
Welcome to this segment of Law and Reality. Today's topic is elder law and disability law, a good marriage. Brian Small, good morning.
Good morning, Ken. It's a pleasure to be here, and I think there should be a question mark at the end of the topic name. I'm just saying.
Okay, we give
Good marriage that lasts until they change the law and no
at the
one can
break.
get married
At the
anymore.
break, I will pick up a question mark and personally give it to you, Brian.
There we go.
Good morning, Pat Simasco.
Good morning, Ken.
Jeffrey Kirshner.
Good morning, and I sense some jealousy
I
because
know,
of
I
our
think
marriage.
so, right,
Sorry.
right. Hey, I got some really good feedback from customers and people watch the show. They said they love the show. They only had one recommendation, is that me and Jeff should be talking way, way, way more than the other two hosts on the show.
We can't get you to stop talking.
They did say that.
You're speechless.
I have nothing
We weren't.
to say.
It worked.
I have nothing to say.
Go ahead, please tell us what we're doing today.
If there's one person that I will listen to, it is the audience.
There
and if
you
that's what
go.
they have to
There
say,
you go.
then I have nothing more to say. So I wanted to introduce the topic, but we'll just have to imagine the topic. No, so here's let me set the stage on this marriage issue. Mom is 85. She's widowed. She's got money. Dad did well, Mom did well together. They had a business, they sold it. There's a lot of money in the bank. But Mom is ready for the nursing home. It's around the corner, and it's going to be anticipated to be a long stay. Mom has 3 children, Sam, Barry, and Linda. Linda, these are adult children, obviously, if Mom's 85. Linda's disabled on Social Security disability.
Go.
That's the beginning.
All right, so they come in and see me, and first of all,
Who comes?
the kids always come in. And they come in and say, oh my God, Mom's in the nursing home. I've talked to 3 lawyers. They say we can't do anything about it. The nursing home says it's going to be $13,000 a month. I heard you help people protect money to get them on Medicaid. And the answer is absolutely, we can get Mom on Medicaid immediately. The
Well,
rule,
why would you need to get her on Medicaid?
well, the nursing home she's at is a Medicaid nursing home. And virtually every nursing home is a Medicaid nursing home, either 100% Medicaid or vast majority of the beds are Medicaid. The opposite is true for assisted livings. No assisted livings are Medicaid. It's the nursing home Medicaid. So she's in the nursing home. She needs help. She's going to walk out the front door. She needs to be in the
Just to
nursing
clarify for the audience, if you're in assisted living is always private pay.
Right.
And assisted living doesn't rise to the level of needing Medicaid or needing a nursing home. Why? What qualifies you for needing a nursing home and therefore qualifies you for Medicaid?
Well, basically, it's a level of care that they need. Mom's going to walk out the front door and get run over. She needs 24-hour supervision. There's assisted livings that have a lot of care. I call those pretend nursing homes. Those are the ones with memory care and locked doors and stuff like that. The people in those facilities that are paying $9,000 a month, if they went to the nursing home, we can get them on Medicaid and get Medicaid to pay for the care.
So the benefit of Medicaid is basically the government is paying for
Right.
major portion of the care rather than Mom's.
And it's the
But
same
you
bed.
said that Mom has
So
a lot of money.
Sam, Barry, and Linda want that so that Mom's money is left for Sam, Barry, and Linda.
Well, it's protected, and if it's the same care on Medicaid versus the same care on private
Better
pay,
the
get it.
government should
Yeah,
pay.
why do you take your deduction? Why do you go and get deductions? Why do you file bankruptcy?
Because
Because these are the
you're
laws
allowed-
that you're
because you're
allowed to do
allowed
it.
to.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, but the rule is you can't give away your money unless you do it 5 years before you're in the nursing home. So there's that 5-year look back, and that ship sailed on this case.
So if I know I'm going to the nursing home in 5 years, I should give away my money to. Can I just give it to my wife? Or do I have to give it to
For
my
married
kids?
couples, it's different. So let's focus on you pass away and your wife is a single person.
Hey, why me?
Yeah. Okay, she
passes
dies
away.
first and you're a single
No,
person.
I can't do that. Okay, I'm gone. She's alive. Go ahead.
So the rule is
Sorry, honey.
5-year look back, unless you have a disabled child. So if one of your children on Social Security disability, Medicaid says you can give 100% of your assets to a disabled child.
So in this case, Linda, who's 65, who's 61 years old.
So the question is, hey, kids, any chance one of your brothers or sisters or yourself are on Social Security
Now,
disability?
this is the Social Security disability that you do for clients that we're talking
Well,
about?
there's
Or is this
there's
SSI
two.
also?
Well, that's the trouble is if you have there's a good types of Social Security and bad types of Social. The good type of Social Security for me is I worked, I hurt my back, I broke my ankle, I broke my neck, and I can't work anymore. They went over and talked to Jeff. And he got Social Security disability. Your retirement Social Security, instead of waiting till you're 62, you get it now. That benefit doesn't look at what your assets are, right? So you can have $10 million. Mom can give you her $300,000, and you're still getting your Social Security benefit. The other type of Social Security, you've never worked, you're on a form of welfare, that whole Medicaid, you're on that type of stuff, that would be bad because now you're kicked off of that type of Social Security. So the key is being able to have a child.
So it has to be Social Security disability. What the other type of disability is called what?
Supplemental security income.
That
and,
won't work.
And what Pat's referring to for SSI is where you don't have a work history, you don't qualify for Social Security disability. For Social Security disability, when you become disabled, they look back at your work history. You had to have worked at least 5 complete years over a 10-year span, although they break a year
Because
into quarters.
you were paying into
So
the
20
system,
of the past
right?
40 years, correct. That's SSD, which he's right, it's not asset dependent, meaning you can have $1 million still qualify. Supplemental security income is a government benefit for
It's
people who
crazy.
have less money. And if you're single, other than a place to live and a vehicle, you could only have $2,000 in assets. If you are married, it's $3,000 of joint assets. They look at everything. And bank accounts, if you have a separate piece of property that you've never used up north somewhere, that counts against you,
So-
anything else.
So we're coming into a break, but I want to get back. I want to ask the question: isn't that the exact opposite of what you'd think it should be?
If you're retired and in a financial crisis, there is a way out.
It pains me when I see a retired couple exhaust their savings by paying credit card bills and for a home hopelessly underwater.
THAV GROSS specializes in helping retired people in financial crisis.
You just can't keep paying until you're broke. You need to address the problem now.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
We're THAV Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
You can't work. You have to deal with pain and stress. Worse yet, our system for applying for disability benefits seeks to deny you the benefits you're entitled. Jeff Kirschner is an expert in obtaining disability and workers' compensation benefits for his clients. You need to call Jeff before you apply or after you're denied to get the benefits you deserve. 888-235-HELP. 888-235-HELP. Is the debt piling up? Struggling to get by?
It's all about preserving future income. Bankruptcy is one option. When it's right, it's the least costly, most effective way to save your home, eliminate a second mortgage, and wipe out credit card debt. But you need to address the problem now.
We help people with bankruptcy. Call the experts.
We're THAV Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP. Carrying too much debt? Resolve your debt. Call THAV GROSS.
You don't need to be broke, and you don't need to hit rock bottom. If you have income and you're struggling with debt, dump it. Think about the next 10 or 20 years. If you do what the banks tell you, you'll have nothing to retire with. There is a solution.
Don't waste your future. Call THAV GROSS. We're experts at eliminating credit card debt. 888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
Okay, Lisa, we have one last question for you. How old should your grandkids be before they can take the money and spend it on their own?
Thanks, Grandma. Thanks, and I'm getting mine next week.
35.
You've worked hard your whole life to create a lasting legacy for your heirs. Let Samasco Law help you make the right decisions to protect the ones you love. Samasco Law, protecting what means most, because that's what we do.
Tax problems are major problems. Don't let the IRS levy your wages and seize your assets. There is a solution.
We're THAV GROSS. Our firm will solve your problem.
If you're behind on your taxes and owe money to the IRS, call THAV GROSS.
We've been solving tax problems for 32 years. We stop wage levies, resolve unfiled returns, and obtain the best possible settlements.
Call THAV GROSS today, 888-235-HELP.
All right, well, let me explain what I mean. If I'm listening to you correctly, if you have this situation, mom's got a bunch of money, Linda's a disabled child, as long as Linda was on Social Security disability, she had paid into the system, and she's drawing because she's disabled. Mom can now divest all of her money to Linda and qualify for Medicaid. And then once the money goes to Linda, she can do whatever she wants with it.
Wait. But isn't that potentially going to really tick off Sam and Barry?
Yeah, so the idea with that is you give them all the money to the disabled child.
And then she gives it.
Well, how long does she have to leave it there? Literally 1 second. Once it's in her name, she can do whatever she wants.
So she just splits it up among the three of them?
No, what we do, we have that special trust agreement that we use that to make sure
to take
that
care,
we protect
that she's taking care of.
So wait, it goes into, so Linda's on Social Security disability. She can own whatever she wants. The money goes into a trust for Linda, and then she magically just gives it to Sam and Barry, and there's no. What if Linda's?
You're saying
what if Linda changes her mind?
What if Linda, as you always like to talk about, is the bad child? That's what he's referring to. If she's the bad child.
The bad disabled child.
So here's
correct.
We have lots of solutions.
Because he has the documents all done at one time, and everything's signed all
Let me explain how
together.
that works. Let me really explain, because that does come up, and that's the conversation. A lot of times these kids on Social Security, they're older people, they're sort of the outcasts of the family. They feel like they never contributed to the family. They're living out in the woods somewhere. But they always want to be part of the family and want to be able to feel like they've contributed something. So when we talked and said, hey, George, you can help save every dime of your mom's money. Oh my God, he is the happiest.
He's happy.
He is ecstatic. So we have plans that we can do that. Now, George can steal the money, right? The nursing home will take the money. That's the key. If you don't do it, then give it to the nursing home.
Right.
That's the key.
We have
an opportunity.
But if you do it right at the very beginning and you have all the documents, you're actually protecting.
Amen.
You're protecting Sam and Barry from a pragmatic standpoint anyway.
So let's
right?
talk about the case that Jeff and I had. Married couple, we got dad on Medicaid. Married couple, we can do that immediately. So we put everything in mom's name. Dad died, and oh my God. No, it's actually mom died. She was in the nursing home. Mom died. Dad's on the verge of going in the nursing home. His son was almost getting Social Security disability. He's been trying. He couldn't do it. We called Jeff up. Hey, Jeff, what's the chances? I don't know. Let's take a look. We referred the family to Jeff. Bang, bang, boom. He gets them on Social Security disability. We roll everything. Now, if we would have put it in the son's name a week before the award,
you would have been
5-year look back.
Yeah.
A week after the award, we're perfect shape.
That's
so
perfect.
that's the marriage.
So let me tell you when we came back to why I said, isn't that the opposite of what you thought? Because right when we were coming to the break, you said, if Linda was not on SSD, but she was on
SSI, supplemental sick
then
income.
it wouldn't work. And what I said is, doesn't that make, isn't that a conundrum? Let me just finish for a second.
Yeah.
Or wait. when your friend mentioned that they saw the show and they said Brian and Ken talk too much, did they also mention the fact that Ken usually can't say a sentence without Brian cutting in?
No, they actually said no. It's the other way around.
Okay.
Thank you.
They actually said they take
Congratulations,
the whole show,
Brian.
and then they fast forward through that whole dialogue.
Let me just get the point on and then say what you want to say. You would think that if you're going to make a provision to allow a loophole or a methodology to allow the look-back rule not to apply, it would be more akin for the person on disability that's on supplemental because of they have a greater need for the money than the one who had a work history.
But the theory, excuse me for a second, the theory behind it, though, is that the person who is on Social Security disability has paid into the system and in a relatively close period of time to when they became
So if you
disabled.
paid into the system.
Right, so
yeah.
it's almost like
Ken
a
is
reward.
right, though.
But if the person on SSI, they haven't had
Their award.
a work history at all.
Yeah.
So this is someone who's disabled. This is a supplement the government's giving
So
you.
is SSI
But the
still
person who's
a
benefit here is mom.
is SSI considered a disability?
Yes.
If you're on it, so
you still have to.
does-
So
does-
SSD and SSI.
Yeah, SSI work.
They're
No,
both-
okay,
so,
stop.
So now, so if you
Stop,
have
stop,
SSI,
stop.
Pause.
You can give money to a SSI kid or RSDI kid. It doesn't matter. They're both disabled. They're both. The question is, if you give money to the SSI kid, he will be excluded from Social Security in the future because he's got more
but
money.
wouldn't the solution for that be that mom creates a special needs trust for the
Yeah,
kid
you
that's on
can do
SSI?
that. Yeah.
So therefore, it wouldn't preclude them from their government benefits?
Yeah, there's lots of things that.
And you'd still be able to divest mom?
Yeah, but then you can't touch that money from the kid. That has to stay in the kid's name for the rest of his life. Versus the other one that flows through.
Much greater
Yeah, it's a
flexibility
lot
on
of
the
lots and lots of
Yeah, but
issues
if you
on that.
only have
There's
that
an
opportunity-
individualized solution to each individual situation.
It's, yeah,
Oh,
don't you
yeah,
wish you
yeah.
said it right?
It's
The problem is
individual-
individual to the individual, and the solution is
Right.
individual to the individual.
Right.
Whoever came up with that line?
Me.
Me. Yeah.
Okay, but the bottom line is this. If you have a disabled, so every person, we talked to Jeff about this, every person that he ever got on Social Security disability, if they have a parent, we can help protect their estate. Every single one. In Michigan.
A widowed
in
parent.
Michigan.
A widowed parent.
Well,
because when it's mom and
it
dad,
still works.
But when you got mom and dad,
We have
you
option
don't need to
two.
do it.
We have a
then.
different option for married couple. We don't need it.
So
Just like
the-
you have Chapter 7 and Chapter 11, Chapter 30. You pick the big.
So if you
best
have a
one.
disabled child out there and you're a grown adult and you're looking at elder law planning, you have a card in your hand
Yes.
that other people don't, and it's important to
It's
know that.
big. But now it doesn't work for VA benefits, but it works for Medicaid. And
But
Michigan
wait,
And that
wait,
survived
if
the
you
that didn't
rec-
get cut out in the big beautiful bill.
did not get cut
Wait,
out.
if you receive VA benefits and you're deemed 50% or 60%
Different
disabled
type
by
of
the
VA.
military,
Different type of VA.
Let's take a break. When we come back, I want to ask both of you guys, what's the impact of the new law with respect to Medicaid and disability?
Is the debt piling up? Struggling to get by?
It's all about preserving future income. Bankruptcy is one option. When it's right, it's the least costly, most effective way to save your home, eliminate a second mortgage, and wipe out credit card debt. But you need to address the problem now.
We help people with bankruptcy. Call the experts.
We're THAV Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
For almost 60 years, Samasco Law has been the trusted source for helping families navigate the uncertain world of estate planning and elder law. And now, our firm is growing even stronger with the addition of attorneys Joe Frazard and Kelsey Samasco. 2 more lawyers to make sure your family is protected now and into the future. Call Samasco Law today for a free consultation. Our hardworking team is standing by to provide you peace of mind. Samasco Law. Protect what matters.
Tax problems are major problems. Don't let the IRS levy your wages and seize your assets. There is a solution.
We're THAV Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
If you're behind on your taxes and owe money to the IRS, call THAV Gross.
We've been solving tax problems for 32 years. We stop wage levies, resolve unfiled returns, and obtain the best possible settlements.
Call THAV Gross today, 888-235-HELP.
Time for announcements. I want to announce THAV Gross has opened a new office downriver in the Horizon Building on Eureka Road. So now we're in Flint, downriver, and also our home office in Bingham Farms. Remember, you can always come in for a free consultation. You can do it by Zoom conference, in the office, any way that works best for you. Just call 888-235-HELP or go to the website, thavgross.com, to sign up. Debt issues, tax issues, estate planning issues, business law issues, elder law issues with Pat or Kelsey, disability issues with Jeff Kirshner. Again, sign up at lawandreality.com or thavgross.com or just call 888-235-HELP. Also, if you go to the website, you'll see there's free reports. Resolving Tax Problems, The Real Solutions by Jeff Linden and myself. Bankruptcy, Is It Right for Me by Brian Small. How to Save Your Home from Foreclosure. Business Formations, Loans and Grants for Small Businesses in Detroit and Michigan. And The Retiree's Guide to Social Security by Pat Samasco. I want to thank our sponsors, THAV Gross, Samasco Law, Kirshner Law. Now back to the show.
Carrying too much debt? Resolve your debt. Call THAV GROSS.
You don't need to be broke, and you don't need to hit rock bottom. If you have income and you're struggling with debt, dump it. Think about the next 10 or 20 years. If you do what the banks tell you, you'll have nothing to retire with. There is a solution.
Don't waste your future. Call THAV GROSS. We're experts at eliminating credit card debt. 888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP. You can't work. You have to deal with pain and stress. Worse yet, our system for applying for disability benefits seeks to deny you the benefits you're entitled. Jeff Kirshner is an expert in obtaining disability and workers' compensation benefits for his clients. You need to call Jeff before you apply or after you're denied to get the benefits you deserve. 888-235-HELP. 888-235-HELP. If you're retired and in a financial crisis, there is a way out.
It pains me when I see a retired couple exhaust their savings by paying credit card bills and for a home hopelessly underwater.
THAV GROSS specializes in helping retired people in financial crisis.
You just can't keep paying until you're broke. You need to address the problem now.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
We're THAV Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
All right, so what about the big, beautiful bill?
Well, before
Medicaid's
you
cut.
interrupted Brian with a very good question, there's two different types of veteran benefits.
Brian, I'm so sorry.
There's VA benefits, compensation, you got hurt in the war, they give you a disability check.
Right.
Doesn't matter what you're at. The other one is called aid and attendant care. It's a form of benefit that wartime veterans or their spouses can get, but you can only have $150,000 in the account. So if you have more,
assets.
there's a 3-year look back. For Medicaid, there's a 5-year look back. Medicaid, you can give money to the disabled child. VA, they don't have that part of the program. So you have to look at each situation.
So if you're on VA disability, but you are just collecting your regular Social Security, you're not going to be the disabled child that you could pass on.
Oh, yeah, that's correct. You know, let me bring that up too. So the question is, I have a son that's on disability, mom's 80, everything's fine, she's healthy. Well, we had a case. Well, let's worry about putting money in the disabled kid's name in the future. So we had one situation where mom was going to be in the nursing home. We're going to give all the money to the disabled son on Wednesday and apply for Medicaid on Thursday, right? Son died on Tuesday. He died before we could write the check. When that happens, we have a deceased child, not a disabled child, and that doesn't work anymore. So in that situation, that
You gotta
plan went
move fast.
right off.
Sometimes you
Well,
have to
you
move-
just have to look at it and say, you know, guys, sometimes it's better safe than sorry, and
That's why you
look
need
at-
the durable power of attorney so you can transfer things, but that dies with you. So
yeah,
you have
that
to do it.
dies. Yeah.
So we've got a few minutes. So big news. We know this. They passed a new bill. All of the talk in the media, you don't even know 90% of what was in the bill. But the one thing everybody knows is Medicaid was cut. What impact does that have on you with regard to your Social Security disability claims, and what does that have an impact on you with regard to elder law planning and nursing home funding?
Well, it's kind of yin-yang. So people are not going to have as much coverage now, especially the poor. Children aren't going to have as much coverage. So inevitably,
Coverage for,
health insurance.
okay.
So inevitably, people are going to get sicker, are going to stay injured.
You think they'll become disabled as a result of it?
Yes, I do, and that's a huge problem for other countries.
But,
Huge
but
problem
did
for our health
those
system.
people that were on Medicaid, would they have a history that would qualify them for Social Security disability if they become disabled, or more often than not, no?
Well, so here's the problem, is that a lot of people that I represent are on Medicaid, and that's their lifeline to get medical treatment.
For health insurance.
For health, right, that's their health insurance, that's their lifeline to get medical treatment to help them with whatever physical or psychological condition they have. That's, though, the same information that I need to prove that
So
they are disabled.
you're trying to get disability for them, and then they can't go to the
Correct. So,
doctor?
So Social Security claims and SSI claims are highly dependent upon medical records, not just the person telling their story as to what's gone on, how it's impacted their life, but you need corroborating evidence.
So how do you
corroborating evidence
you have a solution?
Are medical records.
What's
Well,
the solution?
that's the problem. So you're going to have more people who are going to be unable to work because they can't get treatment, but then I'm going to have some more difficulties getting
Proving
them on
your cases.
benefits because they don't have insurance. So I'm highly encouraging people now, while they're on it, to get the treatment that they need, not to prolong
Get the
treatment.
documentation.
Correct.
What about you?
So there's two types of the Medicaid, and that type of Medicaid. You have poor people Medicaid that get the health insurance that Jeff is talking about, and then you have disabled poor people that get the Medicaid that have, like people with cerebral palsy, and they can't work and really can't work, and now they really need that benefit. There's a difference in what the requirements are going to be to get that poor people Medicaid. We're going to give it to you, but you got to go spend 20 hours a week at a shelter, at a charity, in school, trying to benefit yourself. And the
So
idea
if you're
is,
able to do it, if you're able
Right,
to work
right,
conceptually,
right.
and able to work could be doing charitable work?
yeah.
Yeah, it includes volunteering and includes
The idea is make it such
So,
a pain in the
okay,
ass to have you go to work.
So
Training,
how is that
things
going
like
to
that.
save any money? Let me ask the big, beautiful
Here's a question.
How do they save
I'm
money
gonna
on
ask
that
you a
if
que-
everyone then
Let
goes
me
and
ask
does
you
their
a
charitable
question
work?
first.
Yeah.
Are you liberal or conservative? Because the answer is completely different. If you're a conservative, oh, it's the greatest bill in the world. If you're liberal, oh, everyone's going to that. They're dying. Everyone's going to be dead.
I'm
people on the
neither.
street.
I'm neither. I'm middle of the road.
Bulls.
I'm probably more conservative than liberal, but there's a lot of things about the conservative side
So what
that I
it
don't
is,
like.
everybody, and I'm a conservative that all I do is government benefits. I mean, that's what I do. So, like I say, I can turn every conservative into a liberal
Keep in
when their
mind, the
mom
next
goes
show
in the
starts
nursing.
in 30 seconds.
Right.
Give me your bottom
We'll
line.
finish up on that show.
Yeah.
The answer is this. Everyone that's entitled to get Medicaid will get Medicaid. The people will have to jump through more hoops to keep the
Then how do we
Medicaid
say? Then how's the government saving money?
because less money is going to the hospitals and stuff like that.
No,
That's
I'll
where-
tell less money going to the hospital, and the answer is because if you make it difficult enough,
Right.
the average person will
give
back
up.
away and
Right.
give up. That's how the government will save money.
And on that note, whether it's good or bad, we'll say goodbye. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week with Law and Reality.